Why is this thing so in my face? Really? It's the same link, Savannah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Savannah. Good morning, Ingrid.
Morning, ma'am.
Oh, wait 1 second. Just wait for Daniel. Good morning, Ingrid.
Good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
Alright.
And how has your morning been, guys? How's your morning been? The silence of the grave, as always. Anyway, moving forward. So today we are going to look at the wonders of the world. Savannah, you can participate in this. I do suspect that it will be a little bit too easy, so I have set something aside for you as well. So before we start, where does everybody want to travel? Like, is there a specific place that you want to go one day? And really, where do you want to go?
I want to go to New York and Los Angeles, also USA.
So, so you want to go to America, North America. That's where you mainly want to go.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Savannah, how about you?
Ma'am, in the future, I want to move to Switzerland.
Nice. That's very nice. Why Switzerland?
Ma'am, they've got very good education there, and they're very good climate-wise, and it's nice and cold there. So
That's true. Their education system is one of the best in the world. And then Daniel, how about you?
I like Australia.
Australia. You know what was funny? I actually thought Savannah would want to go to Australia. That's what I was guessing. But yeah, Australia is also a very good place. Just minus all the creepy coralies and
Yes.
things that are alive
Remember,
there.
I saw a video of a giant snake in the roof.
In the roof, yes, that happens often in Australia. That happens almost every day there. So since we are talking about the 7 wonders of the world, we will take a trip around the world. So for me, just so that you know, so it doesn't seem like I'm blathering you for your answers, I've always wanted to live in Japan or Korea. I've already succeeded in living in Korea, so I'm moving to Japan very soon. So yay, yay for traveling the world. So let's see. Let me just share my screen with you guys. Before we start, does anybody know where any of the 7 wonders of the world are? Take a wild guess.
Ma'am, I think that's I can't remember exactly where Stonehenge is, but I think it's in the UK somewhere.
Yes, it is in England. So that is one. And then anybody else want to take a wild guess about the 7 wonders of the world? These are places that are like popular for travel, like touristy people. Okay, right there at the back is one. Do we know what that building is called? Anybody?
Ma'am, the Taj Mahal.
That is the Taj Mahal, and the Taj Mahal is in where?
Ma'am, I think India.
It is in India, in Mumbai, India. So this is one of the SIFs. So we have two down. Let's see. Let's move on there. The 7 wonders of the world are a group of places around the world that are considered to be of great importance. So let's see. Actually, oh, I think Stonehenge is ancient wonder of the world because I don't see it here. But I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, it's in Egypt, Babylon. 1 second. Let me just see something. Even I am surprised right now. I went over it, but I was also surprised. I thought it would be places that I've been to. So the Great Pyramid of Giza. So that is it right there. And then Babylon. I didn't even know Babylon was a great wonder of the world. And then Olympia, the Statue of Olympia. Do you know where the statue of Zeus is at Olympia? In which country that is?
Ma'am, isn't it in Greece?
That's factual. It is in fact in Greece. And then the temple, the one right underneath it, my words are leaving me. That one I believe is also in Greece. The Colosseum of Rhodes, and then the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Wow, are these wonders of the world? Okay, let's see. In 2000, a campaign was started to decide on 7 new wonders of the world. So I was right. So on 7 new wonders of the world. So these are considered the ancient wonders of the world, because I want to say this didn't look familiar to me. So these are considered the ancient wonders of the world. And then they picked 7 new ones. Over the 100 millions of people cast their vote in order to just 1 second. What's happening here? Oh, okay, now I am following. 1 second. Okay. The winners were announced on the 7th of July 2007 in Lisbon, Portugal. Do you guys think you would want to visit any of the 7 wonders of the world? Considering you know these places.
Well, my dad would want to take us to Machu Picchu sometime because he's already been.
Oh, and what did he say it was like?
He said it was quite a hectic walk, but that he enjoyed it.
And then anybody for Egypt? Nguli, would you like to go to Egypt?
Yeah.
I think Egypt would be a nice travel destination, but only for a little while, because I had a very close friend of mine that went to Egypt, but the way they display it to you on the internet or on television or wherever you go is never the way that it actually is when you get there. So let's talk about, what do you think should be considered a wonder of the world and why? Which place do you consider should be a wonder of the world? Should be added onto the list? Are we thinking, or is it just the silence of the grave? Anybody? Anything that was recently added or that you personally think should just be added? Okay, while we get back to that, while we do get back to that, the new seven wonders of the world, the Causoleum in Italy. Have we seen the Causoleum? Have you seen it on the internet or on the TV? What the Causoleum? Okay, and then Petra in Jordan, and then I can't pronounce that, but that is in Mexico. Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, and then Machu Picchu in Peru, and then the Taj Mahal in India, and the Great Wall of China. So these are considered the new seven wonders of the world. Please do add one. Can you even think or come close to adding one? Even if it's something in your backyard. Let me try. Let me see if I can outshine you today. Yes, I can. It's called the Danes in Namibia. It is where the sea meets the desert, and there's a straight line pulling across it. So the Danes in Namibia should be considered one of the seven wonders of the world because it only happens there. You guys seem on low energy today, and it's draining all of my energy. Okay. Savannah, can you read that for us, since we are so of all low energy?
Machu Picchu is the ruins of a city from the Incan Empire that was built in the 15th century. The ruins are in the Andes Mountains, over 2,000 meters above sea level. It is not certain why the city was first built. Gradually, over time, the city was abandoned.
Yes. And then I'll pick victims one by one. And then Daniel, can you read that for us?
Christ the Ring is a 30-meter tall statue that is at the summit of
Corvina Mountain.
Corvina Mountain overlooking Rio
de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The statue shows Jesus Christ with his arms spread out over the city. The arm span of the statue is 28 meters. The statue was completed in 1931.
Here we go. So then our last victim. But let me see if I can pick something a little more easier for Ingweli. Or Ingweli, do you want to read it? Do you want to give it a try?
I don't want to read it.
You don't want to read it? The great disappointment I faced today. Let's see. Okay, I'll put this on the Google Classroom along with the activity that goes with it. And then Savannah, have you learned about coasts?
Sorry, ma'am, please repeat.
Oh, have you learned about coasts? So in geography coast?
Not specifically, ma'am.
No, specifically. Okay, let me load this on for you and the activities that come with it. And since we're just all of so low energy, please do complete it and then we can move on to coastline for everybody. It's draining my energy. 1 second. Classroom. Okay. See if I can't just load it on the chat here because the classroom is unavailable. We'll try. Hey, it is giving me a lot of problems. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp instead because it's giving me an insane amount of issues. With the there we go. Yes.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you may go to the bathroom. No. Okay. Actually, I need to screenshot this. Screenshots. I seem to be doing so well yesterday. Okay, there. Both the activities are on there, and then the PowerPoint is also on there, and then you can finish that when we take a break or whenever you have time. For now, we will move on to learning about coasts. Migueli went to the bathroom, so that's fine. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, can anybody give me the textbook definition of what a coast is? We all know what the coast is, but can you give me the textbook definition?
Ma'am, wouldn't it just be the place where the land meets the sea?
Correct. That is, in fact, the textbook definition of a coast, where the sea meets the land, or where the land meets the sea. Has any of you been to the ocean before or to the sea?
I have
Oh, yeah. Which one have you been to?
Deb.
The Durban. And Savannah, have you been to the ocean or to the sea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can anybody tell me what causes waves? How are they caused? What makes the
By
waves
pressure.
high?
Pressure.
Not completely wrong or not completely right. Almost there.
Does it
Hmm?
have to do with the tides and
Yes.
gravitational pull from the moon?
Yes, partially true, but it's something actually a lot more simpler than that. Can anybody take a wild guess?
Is it the wind?
It is, in fact, the wind. Yes, it is. That is very right and really very good job. So it's actually much simpler than that. What causes the waves is the wind. The wind blows over the sea. The wind against the water causes friction. The surface of the water is then pushed into the direction that the wind blows, and that forms a wave. So if the wind is coming from these directions here, it will push up against the coast. So whichever the wind blows, that is why the waves are caused. Let's see. Wave formation. Did you put the label of the, yeah, okay, wait. Did you put it's in the correct place? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, yeah, there, yes. That is when the wind blows the water into the direction. Then this is the beach, and friction increases. The crease of the wave rises and steeps, and the wave breaks. Let's see. Okay, make sure you have a good understanding of geography dictionary. So everybody can take this down, write this down, because it will come up a lot. So tell me when you're done, and then I can move on. You guys will let me know when you're done, right?
Ma'am, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. And then really you don't have to worry as much. Where have you gotten so far?
On the third one.
On the third one. Okay, so then I'll screenshot it and then I'll send it to you. So can anybody tell me the two main types of waves? Guesses? Anyone else guesses? No?
Like little wave.
Almost right. It is constructive waves and then destructive waves. Savannah, can you read the first one for me?
Constructive waves. These help to build the beach by depositing sediment like sand. They construct the coast.
Okay, and then the next one?
I must also read that one.
Yes, please.
Destructive waves. These remove sediment from the cliffs and beaches. They are destructive.
And do we remember what sediment means?
Ma'am, sediment is basically little pieces of like sand and glass and things that get broken down
Yes.
and can be like formed into rock and things.
Yes, that is true. That is true. So let's see. Daniel, can you read that one for us? I don't want to read it for you because then it seems like nobody's focusing.
Your aim is to make a detailed copy of the constructive wave is stellar
It's illustration.
illustration. Your
Mhm.
teacher will let you actually have a look at the diagram for 30 seconds. And you have 60 seconds to make a start on your own diagram. You will get several chances to look at the diagram, but no pens whenever it's on display. Get ready.
Exactly. So let me just find the, I will make you take a break in a second. Just find the constructive wave and then you can make a detailed drawing of it. 1 second. Okay, actually you can do that in when you are on break or after. Okay, let me see. Destructive waves. Your aim is to make, so it's the same as the constructive waves. It's just that I will find an image for you and then you can write that down as well. But seeing as our energy is absolutely floored today, let's see, since we have options, since we do have options in this class and you guys don't seem interested in this lesson, we will revisit this lesson. Is there anything in particular that you want to learn? Any subject? No, Daniel is fine with this. And then Savannah.
And I'm also fine with this.
So then why is our energy on the floor today?
I don't.
Energy is absolutely at the bottom of the ocean. See what I did there? Anyway, let me find a constructive way for you to draw and then label. And then you can have a break while I try to figure out why our energy is tanked. Okay, 1 second.
Maybe it's because I passed.
Maybe it's
So,
because. Maybe it's because of what?
maybe it's because I passed. Because when I bath, I feel relaxed.
You, but bathing is a good thing. You should bath.
Yeah, I bath like when I'm done with school.
Mhm. Okay. Actually, so do you guys think you can draw a constructive wave and a destructive wave without a sample image using our old friend Google and then labeling it as well? Is this something that you can do on your own, or do you need assistance in that?
Assistance.
Okay, I'll help in Gweli. Savannah, are you fine?
Wait,
Daniel, are you?
does it have to be 3D? Or like,
It doesn't have to be 3D. It can just be your best drawing
okay.
of a constructive and destructive wave. And then
Okay.
Daniel, are you fine?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad that you are fine. So you guys can have a break now and then come back at 9:25.
Ma'am,
Yes.
so you're not in South Africa?
No, I am currently now in South Africa. I'm leading end of the month. Not end of this month, end of next month.
Okay.
So I'm currently, right now, I am in South Africa.
Okay.
Okay, let me send that to you.
I'm
So,
at 10%.
yes, I can see. I've noticed. So please do try and finish the work, the activity that I sent to you on WhatsApp, because there's no classroom for it. And then tell me when you're done, as well as the drawing for the constructive and deconstructive wave. By the time we get back, we will most likely finish this segment, because it's a very short one, to move on to the next one, which is erosion, coastline erosion. So I'm not sure if you have done that, Savannah, or if you need that done.
And I touched on it in the rock cycle.
In the rock cycle. Okay, so then it is weathering and erosion in coasts too. We can see how that affects the sea. Then maybe when you get back, our energy won't be on the floor. Okay, so we can get back. Actually, since I went over, we can get back at 9:30. Okay. Okay, let me see what I can do about our energy on the floor.
I think I'll get. Do you think I'll get good rest while I sleep for 30 minutes?
And then who's gonna do your activities while you sleep?
I will have an alarm awake me up.
Okay. Okay. I'll see you just then.
Okay. Time to sleep.
Maar je moet nou vat. Je moet nou vat. Are you back from your nap?
Mm.
Okay, that's good. Let's see if I can share my screen again. Okay, so we have learned about constructive and deconstructive waves. Since y'all have absorbed that knowledge, I can ask you, is calm weather constructive or destructive?
Ma'am, I think that calm weather would be constructive.
Why is that?
Ma'am, because I think it would more so push the sand up towards the coast instead of ripping it down from the rock.
That's very true. The constructive is the process that helps build the beach up, decomposing sediment in the sand. So calm weather is constructive. And then erosion, is it constructive or destructive?
Destructive.
That's very true. That is very, very true. And then, let's see, that one would be too easy. Stormy weather, constructive or destructive? What is with me in this deconstructive word? Stormy weather, anyone?
It's destructive.
Yes, it is destructive. So you guys have a firm grip on destructive and constructive waves. I will send you this PowerPoint for you to read through again, but then I want us to move on to this one. This, Savannah, you did say you did touch on it. I'm not sure in what depth, but you did touch on erosion. Okay, so then we can do it for Danny and Ngweli. Something. Maybe we can start from here. So, mechanical weathering. This is when rocks at the coast are affected by the weather. Can anybody think of how this works? Can anybody take a wild guess of how this works before I show you?
Wait, sorry, ma'am, please repeat.
Can you take a wild guess of how mechanical weathering works? It's okay if we don't know, we can move on to the answer.
Ma'am, isn't it just a way of like rocks breaking down, like weathering?
Yes, weathering. That is true. That is true. So there are two types that they do mention. So yes, there are two types that they do mention. So this would be the first one. Rain and seawater can get into the cracks in the rock. In cold weather, this water freezes at night and it turns to ice. The ice throws in the day and becomes water again, but often freezes again the following night. The process repeats many times. So those slopes that you get when you go to very cold places like this picture here, because water because water expands when it freezes and turns to ice, this continual expansion and contraction can put pressure on rocks and break them apart, which is true. Have you ever seen a cliff that the upper part is longer than underneath? There's an entire gap at the bottom, but the upper part is, that is what it does. Let's see the
Yeah.
other one. Yes, Daniel?
I've seen that.
Oh, yes. So that is what it does when waves crash against a cliff or it crashes against the mountain because of mechanical weathering and erosion. At the bottom, the rocks just completely dissolve or disintegrate. So there's just an entire gap at the bottom. Let's see. Wetting and drying. Some rocks are softer than others and are more affected by the weather. Rocks like scale and clay expand when they become wet in the rain and contract when they are dried out. Oh, wait 1 second. This process makes cracks appear in their surface, making it easier for rainfall to get inside and cause damage. This can cause the pieces to break off, but it can also make larger areas unstable and lead to landslides. So most of the time when they have that cliffs there, it ends with a rope right at where the stable rock ends. So most of the time you'll see signs like enter at your own risk or not allowed here, because at any moment it could just break off and you can just fall inside and or have a landslide, and then that's why they say enter at your own risk. Before we move on to another lesson that I've on the spot prepared, we will finish this. Okay. Chemical weathering. Okay. Does anybody know before I go on what chemical weathering is? Or would you like a yes?
Ma'am, I think it has to do with like chemical reactions that happen that can cause weathering, like when rocks start rusting and that breaks them down.
Mhm. That is true. That is very true. See, this is when water reacts with minerals in rocks and the structure of the rock is changed. So as carbon dioxide, we know what carbon dioxide is, right? Okay, great stuff. As carbon dioxide dissolves in water, it becomes slightly acidic. When the slightly acidic solution comes into contact with the rock, it dissolves it over time. Not all rocks are affected at the same rate. Some rocks, such as limestone, are especially susceptible to mechanical weathering. Chemical weathering. Okay, coastal erosion. Does anybody take a guess what hydraulic action is before we move on?
Ma'am, it has to do with water.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Anything else? No worries if there's nothing else. Hydraulic action, the constant pounding of cliffs by the waves can cause a lot of damage. So that is also what it means. Let's see. So what you can remember is mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, and coastal erosion, as I will try to put this in assessment tests. I will send this to you so that you can remember everything. Yes. No, this I can just put all in the assessments that you have. But guys, since geography is failing us today, I thought we could switch over to history. Oh, Daniel's gone. Maybe that will enlighten us a bit more than geography today. Yes, don't fight the history, Ngwili. Don't fight the history. How far have you gotten in history, Savannah?
Ma'am, I finished World War II. Like I did World War One, World War II, Cold War.
You've gotten pretty far, actually. 1 second, let me send this out to you. And then Daniel and Gweli, how far have you guys gotten in history? Silence of the grave. Daniel and Gweli, are you there? You guys there?
Doesn't show anything on the history.
I mean, what have you learned in history so far? What do you remember doing in history?
Like last term was when last we did history.
And what do you remember of it?
We did traveling.
Traveling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
travel.
Let me just send to add. Anna is pretty far ahead. Okay, back to guys. Find it. Okay, so Savannah, do you know of the rise of how the Nazi Germans became fascists and all that? So I'll have to find something for you. So then, and then Daniel and Ingweli, do you guys know how the German people became fascists? Do any of you know what the word fascist means?
I think we did transport.
Oh, transport. Okay, that's good. Does anybody know what the word fascists means?
Yeah.
Ma'am, it's a very large political movement that has to do with like nationalism and the rise of the military and things.
That's very true. And what's an interesting fact about Adolf Hitler that you can remember?
Ma'am, he failed out of art school.
Yes, he did fail out of art school. And was he German?
No, ma'am.
No. Where was he from?
Ma'am, I can't entirely remember. I think it was Belgium or somewhere.
So he wasn't even German, but he managed to convince an entire country to follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see if I can show it to Daniel and Ingweli. I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Austrian. Yes, Austrian. And then the famous piano player who is German claims to be Austrian. I forgot his name. So, screen sharing. Here we go. This is for Daniel and Ingweli. Since Savannah has gotten pretty far, will have to choose something else for her. Let me see. I can move this. Also, the rise of Nazi Germany, but this here only groups in with World War One. So in World War One, Adolf Hitler was not yet in power. He was not yet there. He was still somewhere in art school failing. So he was not here. This is where Germany says sorry for the First World War and then just does it anyway again. So, okay. World War One, the aftermath and the Treaty of Versailles, the repetitions made by Germany, the rise of Hitler and Nazism, Hitler's popularity boosted after the Great Depression, and the failure of democracy in the Republic. When was the Great Depression? Can anybody remember when that was? The time slots for the Great Depression. And why did they call it the Great Depression?
I just remember that it was after World War One, and I think
Mhm.
that they called it the Great Depression because there was like a lack of jobs and trade and money in general. And
Yes, that's true. They called it the Great Depression because there was a lack of everything. So after that, Hitler came from Austria and decided that he was going to just make Germany his What can you tell me was Hitler's beliefs? This line is actually very famous. Anybody? Or
ma'am, that
Mhm.
I think his most popular one was the fact that Jewish people were supposedly to blame for the Great Depression and
Mhm.
taking money for themselves, even though that
That's
wasn't
true. Even though that wasn't true. And then there was another one where he felt that Germans are superior. He felt that even though he himself was not German, he said in his soul he was German. He felt that they were superior. So, Ingweli and Daniel, have y'all read about or learned about Hitler? Anything, even if it wasn't in class, just anything you know of him in general.
Not.
No. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, then I can touch on it with you too. And then Savannah, I will just look into getting you something more age appropriate or level appropriate, not age appropriate. Just give me 1 second. Stop sharing my screen. Okay. Have you seen the assessments that no, not assessments, the activities that I sent you on WhatsApp? Have you all
Yes.
downloaded them? And have you done them completely, or are you still completing them?
I'm still complete.
Okay, then 1 second, then I can get Savannah something in this on the spot moment. So 1 second. So then I can teach you guys about Hitler, Ingweli, and Daniel, and then find something for Savannah. Mhm. And as far as South African history goes, Savannah, how have you evolved?
Ma'am, I haven't touched on specifically South African history in a while, but
Mhm.
earlier this year I finished doing apartheid, how the Dutch came and settled in South Africa, all the apartheid laws,
Mm.
Nelson Mandela, all of that stuff is
That
what I
pretty
think.
much that pretty much does cover it. Our history is so laughably small. So, but it has only been about apartheid and Nelson Mandela. Am I correct?
This year, yes, ma'am.
This year. Okay, great stuff. I think I found something actually really good.
Ma'am,
Yes, really?
it's not letting me do anything.
It's not. Oh, no, in Kweli, when you download it from WhatsApp, you can just read it from your phone or tablet or whatever, and then write it on a page, scan that page, and then send it back to me.
Oh, okay.
Great stuff.
Philology.
Okay. Okay, Savannah, since you've only touched on the apartheid and Mandela, we can move, and I can't teach you World War II and World War One over again. That I can only teach to Ingweli and Daniel. We can move on to the study of the history of languages. So, do you know what a dead language is called?
Ma'am, what do you mean, like another term for a dead language, or just a
Yes,
dead
it's
language?
it's the study of dead languages.
No, ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, so that's great.
Philology.
It's called philology. Philology. That is the study of dead languages. I did find something for you to read and for you to do. One second, let me try to download it so I can send it to you. It is the unique communication of the Sand people. And you are aware of said Sand people. All their clicks and such. Just 1 second. Okay. Um, Second to upload that to your classroom.
Must I write like the question?
No, you don't have to write the question. You can only write the answers.
Okay.
Mm. Mm. No. Please check your Google Classroom. I have uploaded it. Please let me know if you see it. Savannah. Mm.
Yes, ma'am, I see it.
Yes. Would you like me to read it with you, or can you read it on your own?
And I think I can do it myself. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, and then right there at the bottom, they have included the answers to the questions they've put there, but I will add my own questions on that will need your research or general knowledge to them after this. Okay. And then Daniel and Ngweli, please let me know when you're done so that we can move on to your history lesson.
Ma'am, because they already gave me the answers on that worksheet, do I still have to do the questions?
No, they gave you the answers, so there's no read it. Did you finish reading it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Okay, so in our modern debate, this is for Savannah. In our modern debate in South Africa, there is a huge argument as to who was in South Africa first. So San descendants and Khoi descendants argue that they were here first, and then African people argue that they were here first in South Africa. And then obviously the Dutch came from England and the English came and invaded us anyway. So the modern, or what I would like you to do is try to research as to who do you think was most likely first in the land. I'm just going to remove this. Who do you think was most likely first, or was the land shared? And why is the San language and the Khoi language dying out? Why is it not one of our official languages in our 11 or 12 languages that we have now? And then there was one more. One second. Let me see if I can find it. And who are the descendants of the San people as well? So do you have all of that written down, or do I need to repeat it again?
And could you please repeat it one more time?
Just tell me when you're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the argument as to who was in the land first. So I would like you to research and find out that question. I do have the answer, so don't worry. Who was in the land first, or was the land divided between both people? Why is the San and Khoi language dying out? Why is it not one of our official languages amongst the many that we have? And who are the descendants of the Sand people? You have it? Okay, great. And then Daniel in Ngweli, how's it going?
I'm
Can you say again, Daniel? I didn't hear properly.
trying good.
Oh, okay.
Trying.
I don't I don't really normally give out as many breaks, but would you guys like a break right now? Okay, so Ingwili says yes. And then Daniel, would you like a break right now?
Yes.
Okay, and Savannah? Okay. Okay, we can come back at 10:30. Please be here at 10:30. Hmm. Hey, okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Dwayne, Danny, and Ingwili, how far have you guys gotten?
Done.
You
With
done?
it.
You done with all the activities? Okay, great stuff. And then Danny? Danny?
I'm on the third one now.
Okay, on the third one. Savannah, have you gathered the information needed?
And I'm on the last question.
Last question. Okay. Let me know if you need a reference material, then I can send it to you. The one that I will send you is something that I am going to build a assessment on. So right there it will be in the thing that I'll send you is no questions and no answers, but it will appear in an assessment for you. We're waiting for Danny to finish and then we can start Danny and Ingwili's World War One, and then when Savannah is done, I can give her something else that I've prepared.
I only did the first one.
Only the first, but you say you're done, but you only did the first one.
I forgot that there was.
That there was what? That there was more?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do those, the others as well. And then please note that in your geography assessment, there will be questions to everything that was in the PowerPoints today. Please make sure of that.
Ma'am, I think I may need help finding like where to find the answer for the last one because I haven't found anywhere that says it.
And the last one is?
Who are the descendants of the Sand people?
Oh, that's actually a very easy one. Let me see if I can get you source material for that. I can give you the simple answer for who are the descendants of the Sand people, but then that would be madly too simple. Because clearly, or when asked now who are the descendants of San and Khoi people, the very straightforward answer would be colored people. These are the people that descend from Khoi and San. But I want to give you a full spectrum answer on that. I screenshot this and send it to you. Let me upload it to your classroom. Okay, Savannah, I have uploaded it to your classroom there. Please see if you can find the answer within that source material. And also, I have found a different activity for you that has questions and you will need to answer them based off of the information that will be given. But I can't compile it into a PDF file. So I'm wondering if I can just send it to you on WhatsApp, or would you like it to be a complete document?
No, you can send it on WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. And then Danny and Willie, are you still fine?
Yes.
One, two, three.
What must I do on the second worksheet?
Let me see which one is the second one. Is it the crossword one that you're asking help for?
No,
Which one?
the one like after the crossword.
It probably came out different. Do you mean the one that says Coast Clue Hunt? Or are you talking about the one that says Seven Wonders of the World?
This is coast all about waves.
So that one is not a activity. That one is just the presentation that we had today. So if you were listening to the presentation today, you can go over it again, and then you see the one that says Coast Clue Hunt, then you have to complete that one. Do you understand? Great job, great job. Just see. This one for Anna. We go. Now to compile it into Savannah, are you still okay with that, or do you need more help?
No, ma'am, I finished with it.
Okay. Why didn't you let me know? I'm
Oh,
waiting.
sorry, ma'am.
Okay. And what was your answers?
Ma'am, for the first question of who was first in South Africa, I got that the Khoisan people were here first, and gradually more people moved down from Upper Africa.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Then for the second question, why the Khoisan language is dying, I got it's dying because of inexorable social, economic, and demographic forces.
That's true. Yes. And where did you pull your what was the source for this?
And I quickly just need to reopen it.
Okay.
st- mm, Ma'am, it was www.britannica.com.
I see. Okay. Well, but was that the quick snippet that they gave you as to why it's dying, or did they go into depth?
Ma'am, it was part of the quick snippet, but then I clicked on the
Mhm.
link and read through the full paragraph.
Okay.
But that was like the main highlighted reason.
The highlighted reason. Okay.
And then for the last one, ma'am, even with the like age that you gave me, I wanted to just like keep the answer simple and say that it was just that the descendants of the San people are now South Africa's colored people, because I don't know what other information I should have added there.
It is the factual that it is colored people, but as we all know, colored people can be formed by many different ways. If two mixes race, that can be colored, and then colored people normally generate from the Khoi and San people. So these are people that are generally the ones that are from the Northern Cape, or that's mostly popular in the Northern Cape, as well as Namibia. That was before they separated off from us. And these are people that still keep their culture, still keep their language, but it is difficult to say that it is just completely colored people, because you never really know as a colored can be made. So I want to send you this link so that you can read through all of it and then memorize some of it, because this will be on an assessment for you. I added it as a comment under the thing that I gave you. Well, the website is there under a comment under the thing. I'm not sure if it'll open. Does it look like a link, or are you struggling to open it?
Ma'am, it doesn't, but I can just like copy paste it and then it will take
Okay,
place.
great stuff. Great stuff. And then Daniel and Gweli, are you still fine? How far have you gotten? Savannah, I'm going to give you your other one in 1 second. Let me just figure out if they're going. Daniel and Gweli, how goes it? Is it going fine?
Can't do anything.
That's kind of right.
Like,
What's wrong, Gweli? Can't
it's
you?
like, not like, it's not doing anything.
How do you mean it's not doing anything? Is it
Huh?
too difficult? How do you mean? Is it too difficult, or do you not understand it?
It's like when must I draw on paper.
No, you just need to find the words that are in there. Let me see if I can help you.
Yeah, I tried to draw it,
Hmm.
but nothing's happening.
Let me see if I can show you how. Okay, so you open it, right? Hmm. See if I can help you. Okay, so you don't have to draw it because it won't open for you to draw, but you have to answer questions 1 through 13. Do you see questions 1 through 13? The first one says, when a cliff is eroded and moves backwards, what is it when a cliff is eroded and moves backwards? So you can find all the answers in both PowerPoints that I did send. So you can find all the answers there. And okay, Danny said he was fine. I just want to turn Savannah's into a PowerPoint, not a PowerPoint, a PDF, so you don't have to struggle as much. Why is this the first one? Garbage. Gosh, I really didn't want to have to send it as pictures because I think it's just dumb. Well, okay, Savannah, the compilation of getting everything together as a PDF file just will not work. So I am going to send it to you on WhatsApp, but it is going to come through as full images. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. Hey, tell me if you got that, Savannah. I tried to send it all in order so you won't get confused.
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Okay. And then Inkweli, how are you doing? Are you okay? And then Daniel, how far have you gotten?
The fourth one won't open on my computer.
Which one? Which one won't open?
The fourth one.
First one, let me see. Are you talking about the coast clue hunt?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can send it on the group for you. That you won't struggle as much. Copy. That's true. Try to copy and paste that link into your web browser and then see if it opens. And then when you're done, Savannah, you can give just a read over the things that I sent you on. And then you could tell me if it's too difficult or if you'll be able to do it on your own.
It's working.
Okay, that's great, Daniel. Savannah, is that something you've done before or do let me know?
No, ma'am, I haven't done this before.
Before, okay. Let me see. Let's see.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, Ingrid, you may go to the bathroom.
Must I use the word search to get the answers?
You can use the word search to get the answers, or you can get the answers from both the PowerPoints that I've sent you before. So all the answers will be in there.
Okay.
Yeah, wait for Ingrid to come back so I can give him this. Look, the one that I sent now, Savannah, just ignore that one. You don't have to do that one. That one, Danny, you can do that one if you want to, but it is mainly for Ingweli to do since I see he's bored. Sorry, Savannah, I just need to ask you how far you've gotten in Afrikaans. Like, to what extent have you?
Ma'am, I do actually have my Afrikaans book from my law school here with me. We read a short novelish book.
Hmm?
I can and then things like trappe van vergelijking, sinstrukture, woordstrukture, communicatie. Let me see. Writing paragraphs. Poetry.
Okay. Thank you. I just needed to know that to know how to structure an Afrikaans lection.
Okay.
Daniel, are you still okay?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 9. Willie must have went to the bathroom in Canada. Hey. And Savannah, have you done synonyms and antonyms in Afrikaans?
Ma'am, I think I did that for a little bit in the beginning of the year. Yeah.
In the beginning. Okay, so that's just something we can just skim over then. Okay. Wonder where Ingweli is gone. You guys, and I want you to know at 11:30, I will be closing the lesson. It was only this short today because unfortunately I have to be somewhere. But please, please, please do read through everything that I have given you today. I'm not just giving it to you for fun and games. It will appear in an assessment for you. So it will be a little short today, and then we can just catch up on anything that you don't understand. If you do need help, Daniel or Savannah, please do ask me. So I did want to ask if all the materials that I have given you today is too easy or too little for you. Should I add on, or are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Then
I'm
Savannah?
also okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Then one day when Nkweli gets here, I'll ask him. Ah, you're back, Ngweli. Did you go to the bathroom in New York? That was very
No.
long.
I took a long trip.
You was walking to New York. The bathroom is far. But anyway, I was telling Savannah and Danny that I am going to end the lesson at 11:30 because I have to be somewhere, but that's okay. I did add something for you on the group. The very last one that you need to do for me. That you can do using Google. That's very easy. Don't even worry about that. So that one you can do because you did seem a little bored with the one before. And then do you need me to add anything on for you, Igweli, or do you feel like everything that you've gotten is okay?
Man,
Yes.
so you posted on Google Classroom.
No, I posted it on WhatsApp. It's the last one that I send on WhatsApp. Oh, you mean your answers?
Yeah.
Yes, please post it on Google Classroom. Scan it with your phone or scan it with your printer, and then you can send it to me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ngweli. And then Savannah, was technology a subject that you took in your previous school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, guys, that is where I have to say goodbye. But before I go, Savannah, how far did you get in natural science?
Natural science, ma'am. I got up to microscopy, the digestive system.
Hmm.
also like different types of cells, like plant and animal cells.
Okay, so did you go into like the space side of things?
Ma'am, that we didn't really cover. Like I think vaguely brushed up on it last year,
Okay, so
not this year
for
though.
this year. Okay, so that's something I can plan for you. And then for Daniel and Inquili, we can do natural science as per the normal. But don't worry, all the subjects that I mentioned now might not be tomorrow. I just like to keep you in anticipation for what it might be. So it might not be Afrikaans or national or natural science. But thank you guys for the lesson, even though it was low of energy. Please let me know if you did struggle. Please let me know if it was too easy or too difficult. Remember, this is a class of options. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.